I recently watched it, and probably I think it's about 30 years since it originally came out. The original Ferris Bueller, which I have on DVD, because of course, what man doesn't have Ferris Bueller on DVD? I admit I was a little bit more than a teenager when it came out. I was still in the teenage set of mind, and not to the best recollection, not a movie I was involved in any part. I'm not laying claim. And people often, well, you take claim for everything. No, I don't. I only take claim for what I can actually remember conversations concerning. And Ferris Bueller wasn't one of them. At this point, I might have remembered it 25 years ago, but today I don't. So I can say definitively that I don't. I seriously doubt I had anything to do with this movie. And as I watched it as an adult, because here I am, believe it or not, an adult, 50 years old, on the cusp of the edge of the cusp of the precipice, and looking back upon my lost youth. And that is what this movie is about. It is about the lost youth. It is about a producer speaking through a child. If he had the chance to be that child and live that one day again, this is what that adult would do. Not what the child would have done. The child wouldn't have done this. And trust me, I was a child having my one last hurrah. And it didn't involve baseball. It didn't involve cars. It involved a lot of partying. But as an adult, one would do this. So it's probably why I wouldn't have been involved with this movie. But the timing. I mean, seriously, a baseball game is like 5 hours long. They left school, they picked up the girl, and it was like lunchtime already. But they're home in 5 hours, and they've not only done the 2-hour lunch, the 5-hour ball game, they've traveled around Chicago, and they did the parade, and he managed to hook everything up, and a few other things, and get, back and forth and back and forth. And, yeah, the timing just always, it throws me off. And it's those kinds of things is probably what threw me off 25, 30 years ago, whenever it was I actually first saw the movie, because I didn't actually run to the theaters on opening day like a little girl. Oh my goodness, isn't he so cute? Well, I hate to say it, but Broderick peaked as a teenager, and this was his. I mean, seriously, he looked like the adult sent back into his past to capture his last hurrah. Because if you look at him today, he's like William Shatner. I mean, he's just shattered. They should call him William Shattered, because he's still stuck in 1967. Basically, even with everything that he did since, he still can't escape that the best work he did was on a B series. I mean, the stigma. Anyways, not, and since, of course, as Ferris Bueller is one of the rare things for a movie of this type and of this age, there was not a single breast. It was a total G-rated movie, which I did have a G-rated, phase, but no, not something I would have done at that point. And yeah, losers points there. I'm actually giving it 3 stars.